welcome to the post-game press conference. We are here with the winning coach, Tim Cone, and the best player of the game, Christian Stan Hardinger. I'll start with you, Stan. How tough was it going up against them, and why do you think you were able to be successful in disrupting their rhythm inside the paint?
I think Coach Tim warned us early, almost, I don't know how many times, but a lot, that they are a very good team, and he was correct. I thought we played a solid game. We tried to play hard defense, high intensity, and they kept sticking around. That just shows that they are a very, very talented team. They're very good at scoring, so I'm just happy that we got this one.
Coach Tim, can you talk about how tough it is so far to acclimate your new players like Tony and Mav to your system, and how they have responded with a few games already under your belt?
Well, it's still a work in progress. I believe. We're still struggling a little bit with our execution at times, but Mav has been out of this world. For me personally, today's game, I felt a little naked without Scotty around. It's the first time I haven't had Scotty. I think at one time in the bubble, he got COVID, so we didn't have him. But I don't think Scotty's missed a game aside from that. So it was a little bit, even in the Gilas, I've always had Scotty there. So a little naked, but it was great getting more LA back. We can talk about him later, but he's such a warrior. But Mav is playing a really big role for us, and he's responded extremely well. We can't be any more pleased than that. And Tony is still trying to figure out, he feels like he needs to dominate, but with guys like Christian and Japeth and, Jamie and Mav and all the guys, he doesn't have to dominate. So he feels like he has to play perfect basketball, and he doesn't need to with this team. So I think he's adjusting to that, and I think he'll get better and better as he goes along. We can never doubt his work ethic, right? His work ethic and his effort is always there, every moment, practice, games. So that's something we don't have to doubt. So again, he's a work in progress. Mav is still a work in progress, but they're both doing very, very well for us. We're both pleased. We're pleased with both of them.
Coach Tim, you mentioned LA. Obviously, you were really excited to see LA back in the fold for Ginebra. Can you talk about the determination he showed leading up to his debut this conference?
Well, I mean, it's been an incredible journey for LA. It started with a bunch of tears, and and then he just put it, just like LA is, that just his personality. He just put his nose to the ground and just worked his way back. Going through chemotherapy sessions. I don't think unless you've had cancer and you've had to go through those chemotherapy, we can't really identify with that. But we know that it was a really arduous journey to get back. And now we're started with tears. Now we have such joy for him. Getting back, and we missed him. We missed his leadership. It was evident on the floor. We came out second half, struggled a little bit against their zone, and LA stepped up and made two big three-pointers to keep us moving. So that's LA, and that's what we've missed, and that's what we're really happy to have. But I think even his teammates have more to say than I do. To me, it's just the term warrior is such a perfect description of him. He's been a warrior his whole career, and through all this, he's still being a warrior, and he's staying in character.
We now open the floor for questions from our friends from the media.
Coach, with LA back, how key will it be knowing that Ginebra has a bunch of new guys?
Well, he's basically a coach on the floor. He's a coach in practice. He's he knows what we do back and forth, and he's very insistent that we do it. So he's not afraid to be vocal and actually teach. So it's a huge thing to have him back. We've actually had him back for what, a month?
Yeah.
About a month. We've had him back in practice for about a month, but his doctors were testing him and checking him and making sure that he was in the right spot before he actually got back into the lineup and played. So it was a process getting him back in the lineup, but we're just really happy that he's back. And like I said, we missed his leadership.
And the thing is, LA is not just chilling for that month that we got him back, right? Like he's working his way back, but he's talking to all the players. You know, that's, I mean, coach sees that, and just all the young guys. Every time he's struggling a little bit, he takes them to the side, talks to them. That's very valuable that you don't necessarily see in the game.
Coach Tim, what's the status on Scotty? How is his left leg, if I'm not mistaken?
You know, I'm not sure. I think it is his left leg. He got rolled into. You know, it's always dangerous when guys dive at somebody's legs, and you know, you can't fault the effort, but you know, you've got to understand how dangerous that is for players to be hit on the side of the knees. So his diagnosis is that he's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, but you know Scotty. You know Scotty's a quick healer. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays the next game, but we're going to be very careful with him. So we don't play until Saturday, so we have a few more days to look at him. But the initial diagnosis from Dr. Canlas is 2 to 3 weeks minimum. But we'll see. He wants to come back quicker. He said that about his hand when he broke his hand in the Gilas. He said, I'm definitely going to be back. And all the doctors and everybody doubted him, and of course he got back. So we're not going to doubt him at this point either. Play when? Oh yeah, he'll be ready by Christmas. That's for sure. Yeah, he better be, or else I'll injure him myself.
That ends our post-game press conference. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations, gentlemen.